Hi everyone, I hope you are all doing well. This is my new channel called BA Skills, which means Business Analyst Skills. Previously, I used to have other channel by name MBA Skills. Okay, so where I explained you regarding Excel basics and Excel advanced as well. Here, I am going to teach you regarding uh, databases, or we can say uh, SQL language. Okay, like when we look at it, the roles and responsibility of business analyst, when you go to the any career website and if you find any role called business analyst, you probably will see skill called SQL written there, or roles and responsibility you can see SQL as a skill, right? So you might be wondering what is SQL and what are these databases, table constraints and backups, etc. Let me go to the table first. Table is logical representation of records or data. Let me show you. See, here you can see an image, right? Where you can see the employee ID, employee name, and employee salary, and employee age, and employee gender in the column, and the rows we have all the data related to those fields, like in the form of records. So it's a well structured data, right? So whenever you show such data to anyone, so they can easily get the details and easily get the information, right? So it is very like informative. So this is called table. So aggregation of these tables or files, not only tables or files, we call it as database. Okay, so what is SQL? SQL is an structured query language. Let me tell you, like you might be like if people are from BTech CSC, they might be knowing, right? So whenever you are writing a program in C or C++, you are sending like telling the system or telling the editor in the form of a language, or C or C++ or Java, right? So in the same way, SQL is a language which is used for interaction for the database, sorry, with the database. Okay, and there are other components or other features or other uh, uh, like uh, like like other features in database, like constraints, backups. These are all other objects, like we can say other features, okay, where we can use those features. Constraints are nothing but an any rule which we apply, like maybe we need a candidate whose age is greater than 18, so it might be a constraint, so we can learn these constraints here in this uh, channel. And backups are like copy of anything, like which we can use in for future, or when there is a failure, right? We might be keeping copies of files or copies of like some papers, right? Like we have 10th mark sheet, 12th mark sheet, we keep some copies as well. Look, when such, when any original thing is got uh, like when we misplace something, then we can use it in the future. So these are the uses of backups. In this channel I will be telling you all those backups, types of backups are there, and how to restore the backup as well, etc. There are many features as well where we can use here in the in our database. Okay, like basic info, there are different types of databases. Okay, like the database which I'm going to teach you is about we are going to deal with our RDMS, called relationship database management system. Okay, where the data is getting stored in the form of tables. Okay, there might be another databases as well, like hierarchical network, the different way of storing the data. But as I showed you, like here we are going to deal with RDBMS, like here the data is getting stored in the form of tables. To SQL server, what is this SQL server? SQL server, where we all do storing and retrieving of databases. It's a like eh, it's a software from Microsoft actually. Okay, where we have to install those software in our system. Okay, and all the information we can store in those database. Okay, and it's an instance actually. Instance. SQL server is an instance. Instant maybe we can call it a server. It's a synonym. Okay, and as I already told you, it stores and retrieves the databases. Okay, it stores and retrieves the databases whenever required. Okay, we have to create or we have to dump those databases here in the SQL server. We can install multiple instances in a system. In this system, like in my PC, I can install many servers, SQL servers. Okay, every server had their own name, like maybe SQL server 1, SQL server 2. We have to name it so that we know which database are there in which server. Okay, the language which can be used to interact with the database is SQL. I already told you it's an interacting language called SQL, or which is called structure query language. Okay, okay, you might be getting doubt like where we have to write this SQL language. Okay, like SQL server which store databases. Here we have an interface for Windows called SQL Server Management Studio, where we have to make use of this SQL language. We have to enter these queries related to database in the form of SQL language. So this software called SQL Server Management Studio, where we have to enter all this, where we can use of this SQL language. It's an Windows GUI, okay, graphical user interface. I hope, and this course is not basically for technical guys who has done like BTech CSC. The non IT guys also can understand. I will make sure that you guys can easily understand each and every concept. Okay, you can write if you have any doubts. You can write all those things in the comments, and hopefully I can resolve. I will try to resolve those queries. Okay, thank you very much, guys.